The north of Scotland does tend to get snow, so when it hits as heavily as this, people in these parts have all the gear and the right idea.
I'm fortunate I've not had to be anywhere, so staying at home has been okay.
Yeah, I mean, my work's been cancelled because I drive for work, but it doesn't matter.
On what was supposed to be the first day back, every school in Aberdeenshire remained closed today. We found children still trying to get over that news.
I'm looking at you and your friends out here sledging and no school today. You must be absolutely gutted.
No, absolutely not. Off school, doesn't matter.
Off school is fun.
Yeah. The best snow ever.
Best snow ever?
Yeah.
Hundreds of schools were also closed in Northern Ireland, and here's why. This bus was on its way to pick up children for a school in Armagh still open this morning. Fortunately, no one was injured. This snowfall has hit hard across Wales and all the way to Whitby. If you're wondering why so many trains had to be cancelled, well, outside this window is the line from Aberdeen to Dundee. There are areas we're still unable to reach, so we're being sent video updates.
Some of the drifts are 3, 4, even 5 feet deep. I've never seen this in my lifetime. I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen this in their lifetime.
The lack of clear roads for deliveries is also affecting businesses in bigger towns like Stonehaven.
I can't get delivery, can't get vegetable, can't get milk. I went to the co-op to get some milk, no milk.
Surprise, surprise.
$12.99.
But where some see a challenge, others see an opportunity.
What's been the hottest item in Stonehaven today?
Shovels. And sledges, but more so shovels.
The worst of this should now be over here, but there is a yellow warning for another cold snap in southern Scotland and northern England tomorrow.
Well, this started with a cold wind from Scandinavia bringing in about a foot of snow from the North Sea, and it's left people without power. And even after that amber weather warning expired this morning, there was another 9 centimetres of snow fell in Aberdeenshire this afternoon. And as we see the weather warnings move elsewhere here, it could be a couple of more days before those roads and rails can be cleared.
Brought to a standstill. It was meant to be back to school for many pupils across Wales today, but the snow brought a stop to that across parts of the country. Midway Motors usually run 15 school buses across Pembrokeshire, all of which were cancelled.
Yeah, it's a difficult industry to be in when the conditions do hit us. Obviously, the biggest thing for us is the paramount. The safety is the main aspect. Obviously, the kids are safe, drivers are safe, our staff are safe. When the wheels aren't turning, we aren't paid. So obviously, that's a very difficult start. And obviously, we're very lucky in this part of the country where we don't get much snow. And obviously, when it happens, it does hamper us financially. But obviously, we'll see what tomorrow brings. We don't know what the situation is going to be. But yeah, let's hope for better weather and getting the wheels turning on these buses.
And in Crymych itself, businesses are also experiencing lower footfall as people opt to catch up in the warmth.
It hasn't been that busy, to be honest with you. We've been out on the van delivering to the local shops and the needy in the area. But fair play to people who don't want to come out in the weather. It's dangerous. The pavements are slippery. So it's just best to stay home and be safe.
We haven't seen snow like this in many years, though. Do you think it's nice in a way that we're seeing it despite the obvious travel disruptions?
No, I don't like it. Kids are enjoying it and they're just making the snowmen. But my husband brought me up in the pickup.
Oh, so you were snowed in yourself then?
Yeah.
But others are keen to make the most of the snow while it lasts. It's nice to see the snow, but quite a bit of disruption as well.
Yes, there is quite a bit of disruption. The schools are closed, many businesses are closed, the shop is closing early. So yes, it brings quite a bit of disruption.
And what are you hoping to get out of today now? You're just hoping to make the most of it?
Yeah, and just to enjoy it really. I've been walking about and taking a few pictures, so it's all good really.
In other parts of the country, heavy snow this morning meant the main road through this town in Ceredigion became almost impossible to use. And the Rhondda Valley didn't escape the freezing conditions. Closed schools meant children tried to make the most of whatever snow they could find. Businesses are getting ready for the thaw, but there's no doubt many have enjoyed today's snow. On a more serious note, it is worth noting how treacherous and dangerous these conditions can be. After all, I was talking to a business owner earlier on who said one of their work vans have been written off after slipping on dangerous road surfaces earlier on in the day. And for myself and camera operator Tim, a journey that should have taken us an hour to get to Crymych actually took 3. So it gives you an idea of just how rough conditions are for many out there. This road behind us has just been gritted in the past 15 minutes, but it's still looking very slushy. Conditions that will be similar in many other parts of the country, I'm sure. But the advice is now to keep warm indoors.
Days, Northern Ireland has been blessed or cursed, depending on your persuasion, with a blanket of snow. And the snowy scene made for a tricky traverse as many returned to normality after the holidays, as flights were cancelled and journeys delayed. In Claudy, in the depth of the Sperrins, the depth of the snow made it an easy decision to close for this school.
Well, we came on site yesterday afternoon just to do a site walk, and as you can see, you know, it's not accessible for staff or pupils. We've obviously committed to clearing the site today. We're going to try and get as much completed this afternoon, and then we'll make a decision based on how conditions are over the next few hours. We know it's disruptive for pupils and their learning and for parents, but obviously we have to make the right decision in terms of the safety of all.
Some schools were on today, however, and one bus known to carry children crashed in County Armagh, although no one was on board at the time and there were no injuries. But it was an extended Christmas break for the pupils of the more than 200 which did close. Great for some, not for others.
Kids are both off school unexpectedly, so I'm having to look after them all day. I work from home, so I'm having to do 2 jobs at once.
It's nice to look at, and that's about it. Everything else is a wee bit of a nightmare getting about.
I love the snow, and the kids love the snow. The dogs don't. Dogs don't like the snow. The wee pads will be freezing.
The snow's great. We're loving a little snow day, having a day off, and she got a wee notification last night to say that she was off today, so very happy to have an extended Christmas break.
I wasn't ready to go back to school yet.
It wasn't a white Christmas, but snow in January is a late Christmas present for many kids who will be glad to be off school. But for businesses looking to get a good start to the year, it's not the weather that they wanted. Are you seeing less people coming out because of the snow?
Yeah, they're less on the road and things are a lot quiet, and when the schools are not closed, there is definitely less on the roads.
Well, we've had a few cancellations for our service department here this morning. Obviously people just didn't want to make the journey on the bad roads. And then also a few employees wasn't able to make the journey either.
A fresh weather warning for ice is now in place until 10 tomorrow morning across the country, as the cold weather isn't done with us just yet.
Christmas decorations may be down, but there were scenes of a real winter wonderland in Norwich this morning. While many were returning to school and work, others were making the most of the snow.
Off you go.
Amid the fun, though, a stark warning from Cambridgeshire Fire and Rescue Service, who are training in the conditions following reports of young people playing on frozen lakes.
The temperature of the water is sub-zero, and when people enter the water such as this, they go into something what's known as cold water shock, and it's an involuntary reflex that makes the body gasp, but it can also send the heart into cardiac arrest as well. So it's an incredibly dangerous shock syndrome, and there's nothing that anyone can really do to stop that happening. So it's really, really important that people understand just how dangerous going on the ice can be.
An array of warnings remain in place across the east of England, with temperatures this morning falling as low as -9.5 in Marham in Norfolk. Little Thetford Village Hall near Ely in Cambridgeshire, a welcoming warm space in this cold weather.
We do say to people, look, you do not need to be cold. We can help you on this, coming to this venue, and you'll be nice and warm. But also if you need help with heating and other things, then we can put you in touch with people.
The snowfall in Norfolk overnight and this morning came on top of the blanket that had settled on Saturday, leading to treacherous conditions, both on the pavements and on the roads. This was the A47. Norfolk County Council's gritters focusing on commuter and major bus routes and getting as far as they can into villages.
We're covering about 2,200 miles per run of Norfolk's county network. We have in total 6,100 miles out there, so we're doing about a third of our network each run.
For Suffolk and Essex, it was the first snowfall of the winter, albeit more of a dusting in places. In Manningtree, a great way to end the Christmas holidays, and many right across the region who were supposed to return to schools today had an unexpected day off due to the cold temperatures. Moorland Church of England Primary in Ipswich having to close because of issues with its boiler. Others hoping they'll be open tomorrow. For now, though, we're being told to prepare for another very cold night ahead. Victoria Lampard, ITV News.
Well, let's go live to Ash, who's in Trowson in Norwich. Hello, Ash. So a covering for snow for many of us today, but it's really the ice that's going to be a problem tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, at the moment, I've just checked the temperature. It's about -3 degrees Celsius where I'm standing. We're at the beginning of the night. Those temperatures are going to really plummet away tonight. But I did want to talk a little bit about the nature of the snow that's with us at the moment. I'm just going to pick up some snow here to show you. You can see that's, a fair amount of snow that you can see there. If I squish it together, it gets quite small, but very quickly it's stuck to my gloves and it's turning to ice quite quickly. And actually, something like this. Anywhere we have snow, ice is rapidly forming, particularly if people are walking over the footpaths. It's melting a little bit and then refreezing again. Ice, a big problem across much of the region as we head through tonight. And even if you haven't seen any snowfall, if there's any water on the ground or any moisture runoff, that's going to turn readily to ice, but certainly is a risk as we head through tonight. And it's not just tonight as well, tomorrow morning and indeed later in the week as well.